Yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people doubting you. Yeah, I get it. They talking about you, talking crazy, and you hearing all these things. Now I get it, yo. People always run their mouth the most about stuff they don't even know what they're talking about, and it's crazy that they put your name in their mouth and they ain't even got nothing to do with you. You barely even talk to them. I totally get it, man. And you don't even know who to trust no more because half the time the people that you trust break your trust by talking to people that you know you can't trust. That's crazy, man. I definitely feel you. But look, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna call you back. Yeah, I'm about to record right now. I'll call you back. Yeah, for sure. I hit you up. All right, man. Be blessed. Peace. How rude was that? I'm sitting here and you tapping into me and I'm talking to somebody else. See, at first you thought I was talking to you, but in actuality, I was talking to somebody else. See, you thought that voice was for you, but that voice might have been for somebody else. What about all those voices that you hear that say you can't do something, you can't do something, and you can't tell if that voice is for you or if it's for somebody else? Was that message for you or was it to somebody else? How would you know? Today we're going to talk about that. That's right. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame by Respected Dreamers. Hang on. Stay tight. We're coming back right after this. Yo, what up, man? Welcome back, man. So I'm excited to be here. You hear that? Yeah, we're going to talk about that voice. Do you hear it? But before we get into it, man, let me pay, some respect and dues, man. BK Studios, thank you for letting me be in this wonderful studio here today, recording this 15 Minutes of Fame. Also, man, my brother, man, another B Woods production, man, for producing this, making this fly, making it look good, and bringing it to your homes, man, in so many different ways, man. We appreciate the love, brother, for you doing that. Also want to give some shout outs to some of the major contributors to Respected Dreamers that keep me going and pouring into my life. First, my first lady of Respected Dreamers, man, Shaquila Bell. The Dream Family, the Dream Team. And speaking of dreams, Dream Wellness. If you're looking to feel better and getting better with your health, whether it's, getting some of those age wrinkles, laugh lines out your face, whether you want to do a Yanni Steam, whether you want some vitamins, IV hydration, hormone replacement for ladies that might be going through the change, definitely hit her up, man. Dream Wellness, man. You can see that on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or Dream Wellness PLLC. Also, man, I want to shout out my brothers in the locker room. That's right, the Locker Room Conversations, man. It's a God-centered, community-focused platform where we don't pretend to have all the answers. We just want to be the resource to talk through it to help get the answers, man. So shout out to all my brothers within the locker room. You can follow us at the Locker Room Conversations on Facebook. But let's go ahead and get into this topic, man, because I'm excited to talk about it. Did you hear that? So we want to talk about some of the voices that you're listening to and that you're hearing. See, our words, right? Our words, what they say, what's the saying? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So our words, man, can manifest or destroy whatever's going on in life. So you got to think about what you say to yourself every single day is going to impact and plant seeds for your future. See, when I read the Bible, man, I think about when Jesus was in the desert, the devil came and tempted him with his words. And then they went to battle with their words and the word. So every time the devil tried to tell Jesus, you can't have something, or if you who you say you are, then do this, Jesus had to rebuttal back with his words and put his word on top of it. So how do I make that practical for you? For every thought that you have when you go to bed at night that say that you're stupid, you got to get up and know that you're not. See, the word already said that you're more than a conqueror. For every person that said that you are defeated in that moment, the word already says that you are victorious. So your words have to speak life over your circumstance and situation. See, the thing about the English language, our words, right? Here's the thing about our words. It's really left up for interpretation. That's right. Interpretation. Because you got to go through some things to be able to understand what I'm saying. Let's think about it. If I say that I love you, what does love mean to you? It might be different to me. My experience is the only thing that shape what love really feels. So this is why who you around is really important, because when you talking to each other, you have to understand and talk the same language. Sometimes we speaking to people that speaking totally different. You know, when we first came on, I was on my headphones, I was on the Bluetooth talking to somebody totally different. But was that message for you? And see, sometimes, man, we get involved in conversations that we feel like it is similar to what I need to hear, but the message isn't for me. So do you clearly hear what God or what you want out your life to go to what you want to go for? Or are we just sort of listening to other conversations and finding similarities and making it our own? So another practical example, how powerful your words are. You know, and I hope the Bible scholars don't beat me up, because I'm not going to give you the actual scripture in itself, but there was a woman with an issue of blood. And so all she said, man, if I could just touch the hem of his garment. There ain't no scriptures. There was nobody that said anything that she was talking about. She was calling out Psalms or numbers at that time. She said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, the hem of his garment. She said that. Her words, if I can get there. She's bleeding. She's going through some stuff. But if I can get there. She's crawling, trying to get there. If I can get there. And when she touched him, Jesus said, who touched me? And see, all the apostles and all those people was around him was like, hey, you know what, man? Everyone touches you. But not everybody around you touches you. And that's powerful. Think about that. There's a lot of people that's around you, that's in touch of you, that ain't actually touching you because of their words. Some people are in a relationship and you feel like that person should feel you, but you don't feel felt. There's homies that you hang around with, you feel like y'all going through the same thing, but you don't feel like they understand. Because there's some people that's in touch with you that's not in touch with you because of our words. So think about your words and how you're going to manifest that today. What are you hearing when you lay down at night? When you go to bed? What are you hearing? See that pillow? That pillow can lie to you. See, when you lay your head down on that pillow is telling you everything that you can't be. That pillow is worrying you about the things that you're trying to get a rest from, and your pillow is waking you up and saying, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to go to sleep right now when you got bills to pay? Who do you are to think you could go to sleep right now when your kids are stressing in the other room? Who are you to go to sleep right now when you feel so empty? How can you rest at a time like this? See, we got to learn how to silence those voices. You hear that? See, that noise gets so loud you can't hear the promise that was made to you. Victorious, right? We get so used to being in pain. We get so used to operation out of hurt that we don't even accept victory for long. See, our words. See, there's always say that you need faith during hard times. That's when your faith is tested. But I also say you need your faith in good times. See, that faith to understand that it's required and it belongs to us. See, faith during hard times is saying it's going to get better. But sometimes when we have a good things, we already anticipate when it's going to get bad. Now, you need to have the faith and say, no, this belongs to me. I belong right here. I am victorious. I am not a failure. I am not stupid. I am not dumb. I am whole. I am healed. So do you hear that? Do you hear all the things that you are, not all the things that you're not? Do you hear that? If not, I'm here to put it inside your head. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are loved. You made a mistake, but you are not that mistake. There's a difference. Do you hear that? Again, words is left up for interpretation. You may be hearing it, but if you never felt it, how do you get there? So let's relate. Find that joy. Find that happiness. And every little piece that you get, you hold on to it. Don't let anybody else measure your success and your happiness. Only you know that. Do you hear that? I hope you hear it today. You are worthy. You are deserving. Do you hear how awesome you are? Do you hear how much you are loved? No. I hear you right now. You're saying you don't hear it from somebody else. I'm telling you right now. Do you hear it inside of your own heart? Inside of your own spirit? Inside of your own soul? Inside of your own heart? Do you hear it? Do you hear that? Come on now. I need you to feel me on this. Do you hear that? Come on. This 15 minutes is for you. Do you hear it? Those tears, I feel it. I know it's coming because victory's on the other side of that. Those tears, it's all right to cry, but don't let that doubt seep in right now. Do you hear it? Do you hear that victory? Do you hear that war cry? The walls coming down. Victory belongs to you. No, 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 no. Don't fall into that doubt. Don't fall into I need somebody else. Don't fall into nobody else told me this. What about you? You're beautiful. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you. You're beautiful. Think about it. Did you hear that? We'll follow up when we come right back. Stay tuned. All right, man. So welcome back, man. We tapped in. I hope you enjoyed the message thus far. Did you hear that? Do you still hear it? Do you hear how great you are? You know, I want to close with a couple of remarks, man. You know, when I pray, you know, I'm trying to read the Bible. I'm trying to understand it word for word a little bit and get my interpretation. We talk about interpretation, and the beautiful thing about the relationship that I have with God is that He allows the interpretation to fit the need of what I'm going through in my season. And I would tell you this on that day. So I'm hitting the mics all in the studio, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. The interpretation that you have is the relationship that you have with God. See, God is not going to force the word on you. He's going to use it to help you in your circumstance, in your situation in life. That's the beauty of it, right? It's just like when you feeding a baby. I'm gonna give the baby a certain amount of food because I know they can handle it at their season and their time of their life. Some things they just can't chew on. And sometimes in the flesh, we try to give people the word or give them certain scriptures that they can't really chew on. But when I talk about the power of words, man, let's really talk about it at the crucifixion. Jesus, you know, his final words, you know, and you can go read it for yourself. He said, "It is finished." He gave up the spirit, right? That wasn't a request. That wasn't a question. He was using his words as power. And it's finished, right? And that same spirit lives inside of us, man. That Holy Spirit came back as our help. And those words that you can speak life, the words that he spoke to resurrect, you know, Lazarus from the dead and do great things. He can speak things into existence. That lives on the inside of you. But can you hear it? Can you believe it? Sometimes it's not the fact that we say it. It's the fact that we don't believe it. If I say right now, I love you, and tell yourself right now, I love me. Do you believe that? And the reasons you may or may not believe it is based off of what you've heard, what you've experienced, and what you felt. So I'm asking you on today, feel you are loved, feel you are great, feel you are healed. Get out of your own way. Hey man, I don't care how many people were against you. Don't you be against yourself. It's not too late. You're not too old. You're not too young. You're not too dumb. You're not too smart. You're not too lazy. You're not too anything. You're deserving on this day. Today. Start right now. I'm only giving you 15 minutes. And now you got a whole 24 hours. Focus on the next 24. Focus on the next hour. Focus on the next moment. And understand your words have power. So don't allow other people to put curses on you. Don't allow other people to try to say what you're not. And when I talk about curses on you, think about this. Some people operate in their gift or give you gifts with intentions to hurt you. That's a curse. And some people just want to polish up a turd, as the old folks said. Don't polish up evil and give it to people and call it beautiful. Because some of the most beautiful things on this earth is actually poisonous. So find your love, find your worth, find your word. What is that word for you? What does that word mean? For me, I believe. Respect the dreamers, I believe. No matter how much the enemy try to tell me that I can't, I still believe. No matter how much hurt I went through, I still believe. No how many times I fail, I still believe. No how many times I fall down, I still believe. I still believe I could do it. I still believe I could get up. I stopped believing that it could keep hurting me. And I stopped believing all the bad things and I started believing the good. And wherever my attention went, wherever my focus went, that's where my success lies. I didn't look at the failures. I look at the opportunity. I didn't spend my time every day waking up thinking about the potential of failure. I think about the opportunity of success. I will not fail today, and neither will you. I'm speaking life over you. Have the courage to speak it over yourself. There's powers in your words, but first, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear the greatness that's called for your life? If you don't, I'm here to remind you, you're great, you are loved. And as always, man, when I close out here at Respect the Dreamers, our dreams don't stop when we wake up. That's when they actually start. I believe in you. Do you? Until next time, peace. Yo, I hope you enjoyed today's content, man. If you want more content like this every day, check me out on social media. Respect the Dreamers on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at YouTube, Respect the Dreamers, the website, respectthedreamers.com, even podcasts on all streaming platforms at Respected Dreamers, man. Like and follow. You know our motto, our dreams don't stop when we wake up. That's when they actually start. I believe in you. Do you? See you around, y'all. Peace.